Hello, and welcome back to another video. This is probably not familiar to you, as I don't usually do this kind of content. I actually never done this kind of content. But I'm, trying to make the Germany guide video, and I haven't uploaded in a while, in a little bit longer than I would like to admit. So I thought I'd make it up to you by making a very lazy video, aka ranking every single rank 7 premium in the game. I took a screenshot myself of every premium that's rank 7. No squad vehicles, no event vehicles, just the premiums. And as you can see, I have most of them purchased and played, although there are some gaps here and there where I haven't played each and every one of them, such as VAVB, F4J, and Kiefer Knard. But I still do have some thoughts about each of these. You know, more so on some than others. But you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt, as this isn't objective. This is subjective. This is my opinion based off of my couple hours of gameplay, not just a few hours. So first of all, these tiers are bad, and I'm gonna change them to something else. Now that's looking much better. So our tiers are buy now, worth it on a sale, only if you have to, straight up garbage, but sometimes yes, just never buy it, should be removed, I want my money back. We're gonna just start off with whatever's top and work our way to the bottom. So first off, VF5C, absolutely classic. Like, has been good basically ever since it got released, like 2-3 years ago now. I recommend it. It's what I mostly use to grind the American Tech Tree. Although, as you can see, I also have some other rank 7 American planes. Don't judge me, please. But yeah, I genuinely recommend this plane for literally anyone. Like, if you want to grind the US, it's worth it on the sale. Like, this is the equivalent of A tier, by the way. It's worth it on sale. It's not worth 70 USD, but it's still pretty good. Next up, the F4S. Now, this is probably actually the one I spent the most time in when I grinded the US Tech Tree. Of course, this is kind of like a fighter bomber, but because the F5 is just a fighter, this is a fighter bomber, so you can actually bomb without me dissing on you every time you do so. So, overall, it gets decent BR. Of course, in a down tier, you have planes that are faster than you and can still bomb, and in an up tier, nobody really bombs. So, in these, in this day and age, sounds funny to say, it isn't as good at bombing as it was before, but I still think it is worth it on a sale. Although I still think it is worse than the F5C, kind of because of the BR. Next up, the Avia BNA. Never buy it. You literally have these two up here. Like, there's no reason as to why you should buy the Avia BNA, because these two exist up here on the top, and there's no reason to buy the Avia BNA. Like, I'm not saying that the NVA BNA is bad, by no means. Like, it's a decent plane. I'm just ranking it based off how much you should buy it, like, if you want to grind a tech tree. Of course, in your opinion, it might be a buy now, but in my opinion, it's a never buy it. Next up, VSXE Tram. I mean, it's quite silly. I like using it because it's pretty funny, but I think it should be removed, and it has been removed. Like, I think last week or something, they removed it from the store, so you can't buy it anymore unless they bring it back. And now we have the Su-22M4 for Germany. As you can see, I haven't bought it myself, but I still know what a Su-22M4 is like. Now, not only is this for Germany out of any tech tree, which Germany, fun fact, not a good nation, so in the first place you shouldn't grant it at all. But if you do buy it, and if I was to buy it, I would rank it a solid I want my money back. First F tier of the day. Next up, the MiG-21 Lezer M. I mean, it's decent, I guess. It's a MiG-21 at 11.0 with R60s and R13s. You can grind through Germany decently fast, but then again, it's another German tech tree plane vehicle premium. So, although it is better than the Su-22, I would still say never buy it, although above the AVPNA, because it is arguably your best option for grinding Germany. You know, you can bomb with some other premiums, but I still think that the MiG-21 Laser is the best premium if you want to grind Germany. Not the fastest, but the most fun. Which is why I'm going to put it over the AVPNA, since it's not the best option considering the FRS, F5C, and F20 even exist. Now, the Tornado IDS. This one is just the Su-22 M4, but worse. I'm literally going to put it under the same thing, because it is arguably worse. I might move this up here, but for now, I'm going to keep it down here. Ooh, next up. Very good one. MiG-23ML. I'm going to put it in the middle for now. MiG-23ML, very good. Okay. Not only is it a fantastic airframe, despite the nerfs, it's also a good grinder. You can bomb if you really have to bomb. It is an option that you have. I don't recommend it, but it is something you can do. Now, it's worth it on a sale, but nowadays, is it really worth to buy now without a sale, like just right now? In this current moment, I say yes, because you have good top tiers right now, such as the Su-34, Su-27SM, blah, blah, blah. But also because Russia is getting the Su-33 soon, which is, if you don't know, just watch Mad Dog. Just watch Mad Dog, like, or General Lee, or something like that. Like, they'll explain it to you. But yeah, I consider this a buy now. Sure, it's not the best plane in the entire game, but I still like it. Next up, Su-39. I'm gonna put it in straight up garbage, but sometimes yes, because it is kind of like if the MiG-23 is the F5C, then the Su-39 is the FRS, but in Russia. So it's not exactly the same, but the Su-39 is not horrible. It's just I wouldn't recommend it really. Like I wouldn't buy it. You can, of course, but nah. Next up, F4J UK. As you can see where it's hovering. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Of course, I think it's better than the A6E. But it's still the F4J UK. It's the F4S, right? The same BR, but worse in almost every single aspect. You don't get napalm. You get worse radar missiles. I believe you get worse IR missiles also, but not by a large margin. And of course, you don't get HMD, and I believe worse engines. I could be wrong though. So overall, not a fun aircraft as far as I'm aware. I haven't played it, of course. A test flown it, I guess, but yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to Great Britain, which already is a red flag, but if you really want to, just get the Bison. Also, if you want to see me rank other ranks of premium, such as rank 6, rank 8, probably not rank 5, but I can try, then comment it. Like, just put a comment down, like, in the comment section down below. You just scroll down, or if you're on the phone, just like tilt your phone and then click on the comments button, and you can comment whatever you want to see. Now, you can either complain at me for not making the Germany video yet, or you can tell me what to do next. Speaking of next, the F4EJ ADTW. This plane is interesting because most people will tell you that it's horrible and you shouldn't buy it. But you're grinding Japan at the end of the day. Like it's for Japan, right? So already it moves it up a couple notches. But then you realize, you get pretty terrible radar. So maybe it down, and you get terrible radar missiles that only work every now and then. So that puts it in the middle of here, and the IR missiles aren't exactly good either. So maybe you could put it here. But in my opinion, I had some extreme fun with the F4EJ because I am a person who plays this game for fun. And when I see a plane that I can both grind really fast by bombing and have fun at the same time, I'm in, like, 100%. This thing is 100% worth it to me. I put it on worth it on a sale over the F5C, but this is my personal experience. Someone else, like, if you watch another War Thunder YouTuber, they would put it down here, like, should be removed or never buy it. But for me, it was worth it on the sale. I bought it last sale. It was great for me. Next up, GS7D, and one that I also bought recently. I'm just gonna put it in the bottom of worth it on the sale. Like, it's decent. It's pretty good, especially now, like, as you can see here by VBR, it's 10.7, which is the same as the F5C, despite being superior in almost every way. But, you know, it's still pretty good. It's pretty good. I still wouldn't recommend it over the A5C, but, you know, if you want some fun and you want to, you know, cosplay as a MiG-21, but Chinese, and for some reason 10.7, like, the J70 is better than the Luzerne. It's a BR under. I don't get it. But whatever, Gaijin. It's fine. I put J70 on worth it on sale above the FRS, though. Because, number one, it's better than the FRS. Number two, you're getting China, which, China, quite the good nation. Let me just tell you that. Next up, an Italian premium. Very not fast, because it's the AMX. You know, it only really exists, in my opinion, it only exists because Gaijin wanted a Brazilian vehicle in the game. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna put in should be removed under the SXE. Like, instead of a TAF being removed, I think they should remove this instead. Speaking of TAF, we have 104S TAF. Now, recently, it got nerfed and removed from the store, which is just fantastic. But for me, I grinded Italy before it got removed, so, you know, luckily I skipped that. And I would put it in only if you have to. Because, first of all, I want to fail every tier. Second of all, it's okay. Like, it's by no means an insane premium. I still put it over every single one of these that I put under it. Su-39 can sometimes be better, but for overall money, I'd say only if you have to. Because if you have to grind Italy, like, for example, the new Eurofighter that's coming out, Eurofighter, Italy, you know, Italy is in Europe, and they made the Eurofighter. So, you know, I say that you should grind Italy if you want to. You know, you get Gripen, MiG-29, F-16, Tornado ADV, very good planes. So overall, I recommend it. But, you know, it's not on the store, so you're not gonna be able to buy it. Next up, France. You already know where this is going. Mirage F1C200, straight to buy now over MiG-23ML. Why did I do this? It's literally higher BR. The airframe is worse. Like, what am I doing? Why am I being such a schizophrenic? Well, first of all, calm down, sit down on your chair, stop standing. I know you were just in bed and you were like laying down, calm down, about to sleep, and then you heard me say this and you just woke up and rose up. No, sit down. The Mirage F1C200 is a fantastic aircraft, but it's similar to the F4EJ at ATW, where it kind of has to be the person who likes it. Because I like it, but it's for the same reasons as the F4EJ at ATW. I like it for the similar reasons that I like the F4EJ down here, but it's also for all the wrong reasons. Like, you shouldn't like this plane, but I like it. Because, let me just break it down for you, Mark. 2 Magic 2s, which if you launch them at a rare aspect shot at about 1 to 2 kilometers, they cannot flare it. Nobody can flare it. Unless they have unlimited flares, they cannot flare it. And you can bomb bases, which what I recommend is you take a 2,000 pounder in the middle and 2 1,000 pounders in the, like, outer pylons that are next to the Magic 2 pylons. And you take 2 gun pods. These 2 gun pods are on the pylons that you would usually have a radar missile on, but the radar and radar missile are both kind of bad. I mean, the radar missile itself is okay, but the radar itself just kind of ruins it for me. Like, it can get one shaft while going straight towards you. Which, fun fact, that's not how missiles are supposed to work. Even the AIM-7E on the F4EJ-TW, I know I just didn't say that correctly, but the AIM-7E on the F4EJ does not get tricked that easily as the Super 530F on the Mirage F1C did, in my experience, grinding France a couple months ago. Even the R24R on the terrible radar of the MiG-23ML does get tricked. Now, of course, I'm saying terrible radar on MiG-23ML, but that's not really true. The MiG-23ML radar is decent. but it's like middle. Next up, oh boy, I have some controversial takes about this one. VGA35XS. I'm gonna put it in middle for now. I might just keep it there. GA35XS. What do you think about this plane when you see it? Do you think it's great? Do you think it's bad? Do you think there's better options? Well, I think that it's the best option if you want to grind Sweden. Now, yes, it has been through several nerfs ever since it was released. Like, I don't even know how long ago now, but it's not as good as it was. And the flight model is pretty butchered. But you get 6 AIM-9Js that are pretty flare resistant, mind you. But you get low fuel. Just sacrifice 2 AIM-9Js for some extra fuel tanks, and you'll never run out of fuel. And it's like, oh, but whenever I turn, I lose all my speed. Just don't turn. It's that simple. Just don't turn. Don't turn fight anyone. Just keep going fast. Like any other plane. Just don't dogfight anyone. So I'm going to put it on worth it on the sale. Under the J70. Still above the FRS, but that's just because I don't really like the FRS despite it being worth it. Next up is a plane that I actually don't have too many opinions about, because not only have I not bought it or played it, but I also haven't seen that many YouTube videos about it. For example, AMX, F4J UK, all these other ones I haven't bought down here in the bottom, I put them in the bottom because I've heard that they're bad, and they seem bad from, watching, observing. But then you get to the Kfir Canard, and I actually don't know. As far as I'm aware, it's good, but the last time I've heard that this is good was a couple months ago. So I'm a bit in the dark about the Kfir Canard. And, I'm going to buy it eventually to grind Israel, because I love Israel. But I'm going to put it on worth it on sale above the J7D, because in theory it's more worth, because you get Israel, which I think is better than China. I haven't fully grinded China or Israel yet, as you can probably tell, but I'm going to put the Kfir Canard or J7D. I'm sorry. If the A5C was here, I would have put the A5C above the Kfir Canard, but, the A5C is rank 6, so it's not included. But, yeah, that concludes every rank 7 without rank. This is kind of just filler in between the Russian and German guide, so I apologize for the lazy video. This is kind of just me. I took a picture of all these premiums, 20 minutes ago, put it on a tier list, and boom, I was done. So, yeah. This was made on the Tier Maker website. Everybody's used it once in their life. And, yeah, comment down below. Do you want me to redo this with some new opinions, with some new planes? Do you want to see me do this with rank 8 planes? Do you want to see me do this with squadron vehicles, event vehicles, whatever it may be? I can probably make a tier list on that while you wait for the German guide. I mean, German guide's not going to come out for a while. Not because I need to spend a lot of time making it, but because I haven't started yet. Yeah, I'm going to come clean. I haven't started yet. I can't bring myself to do it. Luckily, school soon over. Me, lots of time. Make video. Deal? Deal. So anyway, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed. If you have a different opinion, that's cool. This is just my opinion. These are my subjective opinions. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you sometime. I don't know. Subscribe!